saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's right.
Hey, Apostle Tahar, whoever is watching, you are looking at the minister of the new covenant.
Bring it on.
That's right. By Shimei, by Shimei Kakwadash,
Right.
any of your minions. We dare you. We dare you to come against us.
Right.
You will be destroyed. You are looking at the men of the Lord, Yahweh, by Shimei Yahushai.
Right.
The house of Saul is fixing to fall.
Right.
You can count on it. And may Yahweh, by Shimei Yahushai, by Shimei Kakwadash, you will be destroyed and your followers. Apostle Tahar, I'm talking to you. I said, Gabar, I'm talking to you because you're the leaders. Recall, you think you're a scalpel? Yahweh by Shimei Yahushai, he's going to scalp you.
Right.
Okay, who I'm missing out? I said, Rumblad, you will be destroyed. We dare you. We dare you. Put up a video. Hey, but not the sock bar. Yahweh by Shimei Yahushai, by Shimei Yahushai, that little crocodile, you will be destroyed. Yashawamba, you will be destroyed. All your devils will be destroyed, and your followers will be destroyed. Right.
Counsels against the men of the Lord is not a new thing. Counsels against the prophets is not a new thing. All praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. This lesson will be entitled, Curse David. Counsels against the Lord's or the prophets, the Lord's men, is not a new thing. Okay? So you saw the video in the beginning. All right, now we are under strict orders from the apostles, right? We don't go back and forth with guys just for the hell of doing it. But what we do is if somebody go off in a doctrine, we will rebuke them and correct their doctrine, which we've done that many times. In this lesson, what we're going to do is provide edification and show you that what you're seeing happen is not new. I don't know this dude's name on the screen. He's just so mad about nothing. He's super mad. Look at him. This is taken by the elder who they hate, Elder Yashawamba. This guy right here is he's so mad about nothing. And really, if you look at him hard enough, this shit is feminine. In any regard. Like I said, the apostles don't want us going back and forth with guys just for the hell of it, and we don't do that. But what we will do is we'll bring out some edification. Now, this dude that's talking, he said that he dare us to make videos, do this. I guess he forgot that we already made videos coming against you. All the brothers of Great Millstone made videos against that phony ass new covenant stuff that you dudes push. I myself made videos. We all made videos. I done made 2 or 3 videos against a war, and I forget the other dude's name. I forget his name. You know, the little retarded one. They said you got to pull your house shot down from the heavens. We went into this whole, new covenant madness stuff and all the other stuff they were saying going off. I made videos against you and your other counterpart back there with your fish stick miracles and all the little goofy shit you was saying. I made 2 or more videos against Yahweh the Maccabees for hips going off. And the dude in the back trying to be seen like a little kid with the orange t-shirt on the blue garment, Naharia Yahweh, he was going off and he was talking smack against Apostle Hart. I made a video against him too. And so did other brothers. So all that tough guy shit, you can put that shit to bed, man. We already made videos about you. Right? But it was doctrinal and never personal. Just like this video. This is going to be doctrinal. It's not personal. To the brothers and sisters out there, I want to point out to you one thing. These people talking all this shit, they don't realize. They steady saying, the house of Saul, y'all the house of Saul. What you don't realize is that King David never chased Saul. He never banded together with a group of men and went and confronted Saul, went and talked about Saul. It was actually the other way around. And if they knew the scriptures better, they would know that. And really all guys like this one is, they want you to make videos about them, then they come make videos about you, put your name, because they need relevance, because we've been ignoring the shit out of them. So they're aggravated that they've been ignored. And what you see is a gathering of dudes that got together from different states to come together to talk about GMS. Now, like I said, you guys, you can have at it. Who really gives a shit? You're not important. You're not scary. Nobody takes you serious, but we can't provide edification. So let's go here to 1 Samuel 23:21. It says, and Saul said, blessed be ye of the Lord, for ye have compassion on me. Go, I pray you, Prepare yet and know and see his place where his haunt is. This is Saul preparing. He's looking for David. And who has seen him there? For it is told me that he dealeth very subtly. See therefore and take knowledge of all the lurking places where he hideth himself. And come ye again to me with the certainty, and I will go with you. And it shall come to pass, if he be in the land, that I will search him out throughout all the coasts of Judah. And they arose and went to Ziph before Saul, but David and his men were in the wilderness of Maon in the plain on the south of Jeshimon. Saul also and his men went to seek him, and they told David. Wherefore he came down into a rock and abode in the wilderness of Maon. And when Saul heard that, he pursued what? He pursued after David in the wilderness of Maon. You see that? Saul pursued after David. And you see that going on. What did he try to pin him against the wall with a javelin? You know, he sent men looking for him. He tried to catch David. And this is the same thing you see now. I don't give a shit how mad these dudes get. What they say doesn't matter. You are all irrelevant. All of you are irrelevant. You chasing after the spirit of David. The spirit of Saul is chasing the spirit of David. Because really, you should just be teaching the word, but you're not. Well, I guess you are teaching the word in your case, in your own, mindset. But you be going off a lot. But whatever. This dude is so mad. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? We're gonna continue to teach the word, and you gonna continue the way you going until the Lord sees who is right. And we just gonna continue on like we've been doing. You just you ain't even a bump in the road, man. Getting all mad, doing all that. So as you can see, King Saul pursued after David. Who do you see pursuing? Because we trying to ignore these dudes and go on, but you know how reprobates get. They get beside themselves. Let's also notice, you brothers out there, understand that when you see a group of men getting together and doing all this is not a new idea. This has been done times of old. You had men that were band together to come against Yahushua, come against Paul. We're going to read some of those examples, but what I want to take your attention to right now is, don't think that the Most High doesn't send men to curse you out, because he does. And them dudes calling out the apostles' name, calling out certain brothers' names, that doesn't mean anything. Just because they do that doesn't mean that they're right. You had a guy that came and cursed out King David, and he got put to death. But the Lord sent him to curse out King David. So the Most High will send men to curse us out, and that's fine. If you understand the scriptures, you understand that. Let's read it. It says, David is cursed, which is where the title comes from. Curse David. 2 Samuel 16:5. And when King David came to Bahurim, behold, thence came a man of the family of the house of Saul. Let me read that again. Behold, thence came out a man of the family of the house of Saul, whose name was Shimei, the son of Gera. So this man was from the house of Saul, and rightfully he thought he had a beef against King David in a righteous sense. But he didn't. But he did curse out King David, and he got put to death later on for it. Let's read it more. It says, he came forth and cursed still as he came. And he cast stones at David and at all the servants of King David, and all the people and all the mighty men were on his right hand and on his left. You hear what this man did? He was cursing at King David. He was casting stones. This is what you see now. Saulites talking shit, casting stones, trying to be relevant, trying to be seen, trying to be heard, trying to be deep. And you barely even on our Richter. You ain't even on the Richter scale. You are barely in our rearview mirror. Nobody cares. But edification can come from it. So that's why I'm doing the video. And then brothers had already agreed we was going to ignore the shit out of you niggas. But again, the spirit prevails and it says, hey, do this video. So verse 16 again, it says, and he cast stones at David and at all the servants of King David, and all the people and all the mighty men were on his right hand and on his left. And thus said Shimei when he cursed, come out, thou bloody man, and thou man of Belial. So this man called King David the devil. The Lord have returned upon thee all the blood of the house of Saul, in whose stead thou hast reigned. And the Lord hath delivered the kingdom into the hand of Absalom thy son. And behold, thou art taken in thy mischief, because thou art a bloody man. Now we know the story well. King David was going through a lot of turmoil in his family, in his house, right? Because of something the Most High was dealing with him over. This man, Shimei, took that and said, hey, that's why you going through this. That's why all this stuff happening to you, because you wicked. What happened after that? Then said Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, unto the king, why should this dead dog curse my lord the king? Let me go over, I pray thee, and take off his head. So King David said, why you letting this nigga do this? Let me go cut his head off, king. Listen to what King David said. And the king said, what have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah? So let him curse. Why? Because the Lord has said unto him, curse David. So when you see these dudes doing this, they're under the power and authority of Yahweh Shai, and we have no issue with dudes want to cuss us out, want to talk stuff. You got to have that. The Most High is complete balance, right? He's complete balance. This nigga in the back with his finger up like he won a victory. What did you win? You still under the curses? It doesn't matter. All this new covenant. We the ministers of the new covenant. Okay, great. Congratulations. Congratulations. What did you get? You didn't get shit. None of us got delivered yet. We still here in Babylon, toiling away, going through hell, going through troubles, and you wasting time. Nothing about the mark of the beast. Really, man, at the end of the day, when you see stuff like this, as a man, you do get mad, but you have to hold back your emotions and understand what King David said. He said it again here. And the king said, what have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah? So let him curse. You have to let these niggas curse and let them talk shit and put curses on us and say this gonna happen, that's gonna happen. You have to let them do that. I mean, we can't stop them from doing it, but you have to understand that it comes with the territory. Nobody's worried about this shit. We're gonna all forget about it. Now that I made this video, sure they'll make some videos and say what they want to say, cuss me out. So what? So let them curse. Because the Lord has said unto him, curse David. You had a guy from the house of Saul cursing out King David. You had King Saul chasing King David. You see it? You see the same thing going on. So we're in good case, Lord willing. It says, so let him curse, because the Lord has said unto him, curse David. Who shall then say, wherefore hast thou done so? Who gonna say to them, why you cussing that great millstone? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Let them do it. We love it. And David said to Abishai and to all his servants, behold, my son, which came forth up my bowels, seeketh my life. How much more now may this Benjamite do it? Let him alone and let him curse, for the Lord hath bidden him. He said, don't worry about it. Let him talk shit. Let him cast his dust. Let him throw his stones. Let him put his curses on us, for the Lord hath bidden him. It may be that the Lord will look on mine affliction, that the Lord will requite me good for his cursing this day. King David was a wise man. He said, maybe the Lord will pay us back for having to suffer this insufferable, this arrogance. Let him do it. The Lord needs somebody to kill. And at the end of the day, when the men of the Lord really get spiritual power, somebody got to die and somebody got to live. So let it play out the way the Lord got it playing out. You can't stop them. Ever since YouTube came and TikTok and all this, you have more wild boys pressing start making videos. Fuck them. And as David and his men went by the way, Shimei went along on the hillside over against him and cursed as he went and threw stones at him and cast dust. See? So this guy was following the whole caravan, cussing at King David, putting curses on him, throwing stones, casting dust, and they ignored him. And the king and all the people that were with him came weary and refreshed themselves there. So they even got refreshed after it all went down. Same way we doing now. Not worried about it, not losing no sleep. And really, we laugh. We all got a big laugh. We got nicknames among ourselves for certain individuals. We laugh at it. And the head guy was drunk. Whether you know it or not, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. In a little while, certain of them ain't gonna get along. Then you even got guys in there that wanted to be in Great Millstone. Then when they didn't, they turned into Decepticons after they got rejected. Anyway, so let's move on now to showing you that counsels of men coming together against the prophets is not a new thing. This is John 11:47. This right here says, conspiracy to kill Yahushua. If there was a conspiracy to kill Yahushua, would you not see the same thing playing out in the spirit now? And eventually, these grungy dudes, when they don't get the satisfaction that they want, when we don't engage them, And they, continuously go back and forth about the new covenant, the King David, which we already addressed all that stuff. So they need a new argument now. When we ignore them, we scared. When we engage them, we're not brotherly. You see, nobody cares, man. See, most brothers that I know would rather say, you know what, just see us off camera, but we can't say that. We can't be carnal dudes. Ain't nobody scared of these guys. Just remember, brothers out there and different people, you don't know us. You don't know who we are, where we come from, what kind of walks of life we come from. You don't know if we got training and certain skills. I'll leave it at that. I ain't gonna say too much on that. Nobody's worried about that. Whenever you come against men and you thinking you're gonna do something to them, you must have forgot that your own life is in jeopardy when you do that. See that? Again, King Saul chased King David, and you had a Benjamite from the house of Saul went and cursed King David. Nobody's worried. John 11:47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. You heard that? The wicked chief priests and the wicked Pharisees gathered a council. They had a group of people, and they were talking about Yahushua. What do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. See, this is what they were worried about. And you got that happening among our people. Not necessarily these guys, but you got other men that are mad and angry about what great millstone, what the Lord is doing through the elders and apostles. That's why everybody aims at us and they come at us, but we don't care. We ready. You will run out of time before we run out of lines. We got all kind of scriptures and we ready to do battle in the word of the Lord. We ain't running for nobody. You make a video going off. You want all the videos. You want the smoke. Okay, cool. Start going off in doctrine, and then you will see the great millstones grind you to powder. Ain't nobody running for no reprobates. We taught you. You didn't teach us. We taught you. You didn't teach us. We've been here for years. And through the spirit and power of Yahushua, we're going to still be here. We're going to be teaching the word every weekend like we've been doing. There's one guy, you can't move unless we say you move. Did you notice that we're in a different state than you? And you have no influence over whether we go do the work or we don't. We're going to do what the Lord told us to do. Anyway, going back to it. So you saw that a council of men was together. Listen to this one. And let me see if I want to read this first. This is Acts 23. Let's go back and bring that back up. Just hold on. My fingers are moving too quick. Acts 23. And I want to bring this out in the book of, let's see here, Acts 23. Salakia, Acts 6. Right? And I'm going to go read Acts 23 first. Councils of men coming together. Right? So this is a conspiracy to kill Paul. So you had a conspiracy to kill Yahushua and a conspiracy here to kill Paul. Acts 23:12. And when it was day, certain of the Jews banded together and bound themselves under a curse, saying that they would neither eat nor drink till they had killed Paul. Here you got men gathering together in a council, and they saying they gonna kill Paul. And there were more than 40 which had made this conspiracy. All I see right here is 7 or 8, 9, hurt guys, disgruntled. And the only one who really was in Great Millstone was the main dude next to the camera. He was in Great Millstone. The rest of them wasn't. And really, they more than likely just mad deep down because they never got invited into the fold. Which now you see the reason why the Spirit didn't allow them to come in. I'm going to read it again. And when it was day, certain of the Jews banded together and bound themselves under a curse, saying that they would neither eat nor drink till they had killed Paul. And they were more than 40 which had made this conspiracy. Here it is, a council of men coming against one of the prophets, coming against one of the men of the Lord. And they thought they had, a righteous cause, but they was going off. And they came to the chief priests and elders and said, we have bound ourselves under a great curse, that we will eat nothing until we have slain Paul. Paul was a man of the Lord, but they didn't see that. Now, therefore, ye with the council signify to the chief captain that he bring him down unto you tomorrow, as though ye would inquire something more perfectly concerning him. And we, or ever he come near, are ready to kill him. You see that? And as you read on in the story, of course, it didn't happen. The Lord made a way and Paul escaped. So this idea of a council of men coming together is not a new idea. It's not a new idea. Men coming together in a council saying they're going to do this, they're going to do that. We really the men of the Lord. You ain't the men of the Lord. We the house of David. You the house of Saul. Okay, we've heard it. It's not a new idea. You're not original. Find something new to do, because that ain't working for you, cuz. Now I want to go to Acts 6. Let's read another one. Now, in this case, this one wound up being successful, but at the end of the day, just to show you the edification part of it, it's not a new idea for men to come together against one of the men of the Lord. This is Acts 6 and 8. And Stephen, full of faith and power, did great things, Salakia, did great wonders and miracles among the people. What are you seeing happening now? That same spirit is doing miracles and great wonders among the people by opening the eyes of the blind. Yahushua said, can a devil open the eyes of the blind? Of course not. So we endowed or endued with the spirit from on high, and all these Israelites are waking up. Ain't no people woke up because of these dudes. They disgruntled and hurt for whatever gripe, various gripes they got. Whatever various gripes they have, whatever. Nobody did nothing to any of them, really. It's all about feelings, emotions. That's all it is, man. Anyway, it says, then there arose certain of the synagogue, which is called the synagogue of the Libertines and Cyrenians and Alexandrians, and of them of Cilicia and of Asia, disputing with Stephen. Stephen was a man of the Lord, and people still rose up and disputed with him. You see that? And they were not able to resist the wisdom and the spirit by which he spake. And they suborned men which said, we have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against the Most High. You see what the men did? Now, some of them might have did it intentionally, but on another level, others didn't understand. What Stephen was speaking was so high above their understanding that they thought, certain of them thought that what he was saying was blasphemy. And it wasn't. Same that you got now. Guys going on and on about, the new covenant, this, that, and other. We already covered all that stuff. But see, this is an attempt to make us go over all that stuff again. Because what happened was when they brought it up, so many brothers, they made videos about it and completely destroyed that false doctrine. And it got covered up. Then the King David came. That got covered up. So then they lost their footing and nobody paid attention. And we all just ignored them. So now in order to, we're going to get together. Then we're going to cuss them all out. What you going to do, man? Fuck all the talking. Stop saying what you going to do. Real men do what they're going to do. They don't say what they're going to do. What you going to do? You going to make some videos about it? You going to talk? You already did that. We supposed to be worried? It's ridiculous. It's old. It's boring. It's played out. But we defend the gospel. If you say something off in the scriptures, we'll bring it out. In this case, we're just giving edification because what you're doing is not a new idea. And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes and came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council and set up false witnesses, which said, this man ceaseth not to speak blasphemous words against his holy place and the law. So you may have had those that didn't understand what Stephen said, but you had others that just straight up lied. They set up false witnesses, as it says. For we have heard him say that this Yahushua of Nazareth shall destroy this place and shall change the customs which Moses delivered us. See that? And all that sat in the council, looking steadfastly on him, saw his face as it had been the face of an angel. And we know later on what wound up happening to the brother Stephen. And them men gonna be paid back for that shit. They're not gonna get away with it. So, that was just a little short video I want to go into, bringing that out. Right? Being cursed out by reprobates is not, that's not a bad thing. The Lord sends men. Nothing happens without the Most High's consent. So sometimes the Most High will do things to rouse us up by sending a group of irrelevant niggas, a group of irrelevant reprobates, emotional demons to say stuff. That's okay. Let them talk. Let them curse, for the Lord had bidden them. And Saul is going. What would the house of Saul do these days? They would cuss out David. That's what they would do. Followers from Saul went and cursed out David. Saul himself chased King David. What do you expect Saul's men to do? You're looking at it.